Hello everyone, this is Jill coming at you the day after Purdue's dominant performance in the Baha Mar Championship game. Final score being Purdue 86, Texas Tech 56. This is one of the largest point differentials for Purdue against a ranked opponent, and a very impressive win if you look at the stats across the board. This is also the 5th Feast Week tournament that Purdue has won, and an impressive resume of teams that we have faced throughout those tournament games. So adding Texas Tech to that list is amazing, and very excited to see how things move forward for our team. Also really impressive the fact that our seniors, TKR, Fletcher Lawyer, Braden Smith, have not seen a loss in this Feast Week tournament. So very impressive, very excited. And at the end of the day, I'm not really sure where to start for what to talk about, because everything was going Purdue's way, and this was a much more fluid and natural game compared to Memphis. I think we let the players play, we let the game unfold, and it was just like a very great game of basketball if you're a Purdue fan. So I would say there are two players I thought were key for this particular game. Hard to pick two since there were so many that scored, but the two for me would be CJ Cox on offense, him getting started early with a couple of good jump shots, and I think he made a three-pointer, I can't remember. But, having some really good opportunities to create an offense for himself and to be a problem on that end was great, in my opinion. And, it just gives him opportunities and more confidence, I hope, to find his shot, to be able to do this. He obviously had a great game against Memphis, and for this game, it was mostly just can that continue forward, because he is such a great role player when it comes to his defense and getting stops there. But I just also love to see him score because, he's got a good head on his shoulders. He knows exactly what he's here to do. And so to get some more confidence and being a problem on the offense is just like the cherry on top for his type of play. And then the other person I would say is Oscar Clough. 15 points, very quiet 15 points in my opinion, and then 15 rebounds. He was able to crash the boards, create second chance opportunities for us to score, and then really took away any opportunities from Texas Tech when they were shooting pretty cold, especially like at the end of the first half and then beginning of second half and everything like that. This is the type of Oscar Clough people were expecting to see from the get-go when he transferred to Purdue. And I think he's really easing into his role, feels more comfortable with his place in our team, and is, actually developing and playing the game that he's always meant to play, which is just tough defense, grabbing rebounds, and creating opportunities. So super excited and happy to see that, and we're just looking forward to see that continue throughout the season. Just great play from him. And then obviously Fletcher Lawyer, he got the MVP for this particular tournament. Well-deserved. Obviously his performance against Memphis, I think, sealed the deal on that one for everyone. His performance during this game was great as well. He had 2 back-to-back threes, which really shifted the momentum in Purdue's favor, in my opinion. So he just really showed some great leadership on the court. So I'm very impressed with his performance and his leadership for our team. So that was exciting and great to see, and that is also something that we just kind of come to expect from Fletcher Lawyer. When he's shooting well, it's a good day for Purdue. If you look at the stats across the board for this game, very dominant performance, especially on the offensive end. 58% from field, 57% from 3, so we made 8 out of 14 threes, so that's great to see. And then total rebounds, Purdue had 40, Texas Tech had 24, so really this was, again, a dominant performance on the glass, so love to see that. I think if there's one thing to take away from this game, it's the fact that we had 11 turnovers. While that's not a ton in the grand scheme of things, I think there's always something you can learn from even a game where you had such a great performance. That is probably one of them. Just take care of the basketball, and let's not make sloppy passes and things like that. Some of it was just because of the game winding down and everything like that, but just making sure that we have the same level of intensity from start to finish. If you look overall for the game too, I would say the highlight is not our offense, because we scored 86 points, it was actually the defense. We were able to keep Texas Tech and their All-American and hold them to 56 points for this game. That is really impressive. They were shooting relatively cold, but we didn't give them opportunities to score, to get second chance points. And I think that is going to be the key difference for this particular Purdue team versus last season, is we have to be really tough on D and maintain our dominance there and intensity there, because it's great that we can score 80 plus points in a game, but if our opponent scores 80 points, then that's not as impressive. But if we can hold them to 56 points when we score 80, that's great. Let's keep that going. So very impressed with our defense. We were just tough all around, keeping the guy in front of us. Fouled a little bit here and there at the end, especially, and I think TKR got into foul trouble, but overall very impressive and great performance on the defensive end. So that's something that I hope we see moving forward, because that's going to be key. And if we keep that up and we include that with our offense efficiency, we're going to be a tough team to beat this year. So looking forward to that. And some of the final things I'll note is we had 7 players with 10 points or more. Very exciting to see that. All of our starting players had 10 points at least. And then we had Daniel Jacobson and Omer Meyer coming off the bench with 11 points each. So really impressive performance. I think that's just going to be something we continue to look for, is seeing our bench also outperform and provide opportunities to score. So the more players we can get in that particular scoring range, the better, in my opinion. So would love to see that continue. As far as our bench players go, I think they did a great job playing the game that was presented in front of them. Omer Meyer created a lot of opportunities for him to shoot open shots and make them, and so that was great to see. I'm hoping to see more confidence in him as he brings the ball up a little bit more, but yeah, you can tell that he's trying to find some more confidence in his playing ability and is just getting into a rhythm of college basketball. So I think he's on a really great path, especially the fact that he's a freshman. I don't know if you can be disappointed in this type of play from him. And then Daniel Jacobson also coming off the bench and still providing us with the rim protection we need from him, and then also grabbing 8 boards. Great job on that end. And he's doing a great job being a menace coming off the bench when Oscar Clough is out, he's still creating problems for our opponents. When it comes to some of our other bench players, I would say I'm just hoping they continue to get more comfortable in the season and find a rhythm for their shooting. I think Jack Benner has a lot of potential as a redshirt freshman, and he's really proving himself on the defensive end. And I just know that he's also a sharpshooter from what I've seen from practice reels and things like that. So hopefully that'll come with time. But yeah, he's a scrappy player and is earning every minute that he's playing. Jakari Harris, same thing. He's, really tough on D. That's kind of his specialty. And then also, I know he's a sharpshooter. He can make these shots and actually generate a lot of plays and kind of get into the paint quickly. So we'd just love to see more of that from him. He's a great player. I love, his mentality for the game. And I think it'll just come with time. I'm not too worried about him. He's got a lot of confidence. It's just a matter of, some of the game situations, whether it was Memphis, where we had to really close in on who we were playing, or if it's this type of game where we're really running down the clock at this point. He's going to get there. I remember last season, near the kind of winter part of it during conference play, he got really hot. So we'd love to see that come back pretty soon. But I think at the start of the season after the UIndy game, he's been a little quiet. So I know what he's capable of. So you just kind of want to see every player play their best. So, but yeah, that's just me loving every single player on this team and wanting them to score 20 points each. So that's probably a me problem, not a them problem. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. I could keep going on about how excited I am for this season, how much I love this team. But, you know, then it'll be a 20-minute video with me just rambling and saying complete nonsense at a certain point. So thank you so much for watching this video, guys. The next game that we have coming up is going to be against Eastern Illinois on Friday, November 28th, back in Mackey Arena. So should be an exciting one to be back home, and hopefully there's some, should be a fun one with those that are hanging around West Lafayette for Thanksgiving. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments and what you guys think about our team. And thanks for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.